Help my wife found the erotic pictures I photoshopped her into. Oh wow, that was a perfect reaction. Hi, welcome to Your Aunties Could Never, episode 140. How are you?
Good, man.
I'm Auntie AK. I don't know why I did it like that.
I don't know.
Wow. Hi, I'm Auntie AK, and I'm here with
Auntie Nana
and Auntie Sade.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
I feel a bit discombobulated.
No idea why.
I don't know why. How are you guys doing?
All good, man.
Yeah, good.
Let's go.
Let's go. So, okay. This is a little bit of a new shift. Mm-hmm. We usually welcome someone to the family. It's all nice and light. But we're also now going to introduce an enemy of progress. Who is our enemy of progress this week?
Like the definitive person.
It could be definitive or collective, just something or somebody that's been an enemy of progress that you believe should be, I'd say, ejected from the family, whether they're even there or not.
No, that could never enter the family.
That could never ever enter the family. That gets to be technical.
You know what? Okay, the only person that immediately springs to my mind is literally like the whole Conservative Party, but Rishi Sunak can never be a part of the family ever. Bordered with Kwasi Kwarteng.
Oh God, I would see your Kwasi and Rishi and add Suella Braverman.
Okay.
I think I'm going to add the entire royal family.
Entire. Yeah.
Maybe.
Even Harry and Meghan?
Maybe bar them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, they could possibly come to a function, Harry and Meghan, but I just tied up your stick now.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Yeah. I actually think that is a great exclusion of people there.
Yeah, they're all enemies of progress. But the thing is that they're enemies of progress.
Yes.
We agree.
Yes, okay, yes, because that is, okay, so
That's
Harry and Meghan can actually...
Because they're not necessarily enemies of progress.
They've
lost their titles now, haven't they?
Yeah, so they're not current enemies.
That's a good one. They're not current enemies of progress. Because they rejoin the family and become the face of the Commonwealth again.
They'll be
enemies of progress.
If in their peace talks they manage to go and move to South Africa and then start travelling around, you're back in there and you're with Will and Kate.
Yeah. Do you know who my top enemy of progress is in the family is? William, though. Imagine you're arguing with a brother that's saying that Africa is mine.
Basically.
And he broke your necklace.
and he cut you with a dog when you fell on the dog ball as well. Like he's a bully.
William's an enemy of progress. He is, it's in general.
But they really were arguing over Africa.
Imagine. So Harry, you're a little bit of an
Harry needs to go too, you know, because he didn't do that like sarcastically. He was being like, we had this discussion.
Imagine your brother, no, Africa's mine. No, Africa's mine. No, it's mine.
I've got more friends there.
I grew up there.
The subjects like me.
The subjects like me better.
Bun them
enemies
all.
Of progress.
Do you see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Harry's trying it.
Do you know what?
Harry needed to go to Turkey. Before doing all of the interviews, Harry...
The thing is, where did that baldness come from? Because Charles has kept his hair.
No,
Charles is bald.
Is he bald now? Do you see? I don't take any notice of them.
Yeah, Charles is bald.
I don't see the windswept coif.
You know what it is? Charles's baldness is a bit more...
circular.
But Harry's is patchy and William is
Homer Simpson.
Yeah. But Harry, in this time where you was undercover, you was in LA, I think you should have got your hair done.
It's a commitment to vanity that maybe he doesn't want to, because I'm a man of the people, I'm all right. But man of the people, man of man's going Turkey, so you might as well join them.
Everybody's at it.
Bro.
Yeah.
They probably do that in the States now, innit?
Yeah, he could have done it in California, definitely.
He's in LA, man.
He made their money with Netflix.
The royal family's enemy of progress. Harry's a on and off enemy of progress.
He's in there too, you know, all of them. All of them. He wanted to literally own Africa. It's not okay. Basically, he's warring with his family because they didn't give him Africa.
Okay.
It's not okay.
That is.
I think we have to now.
They done a duel and he lost.
Yeah,
this is the thing. That is not even a sweeping statement. That is literally what happened.
That's what
they wanted to move to South Africa, and the family said no. He is warring with them because they didn't give him Africa, and imagine he has blacks defending him.
Blacks are enemies of progress. That's what you're saying.
The tailspin.
It's hard. Enemies of progress. I like this though, because enemies of progress it's a discussion.
Yes.
So guys, you know what you can do? You can send us who your enemies of progress.
Progress.
I lost the word. Yeah. Enemies of progress are. We'll
talk over it
and just discuss it because there's a lot.
I'm putting Harry and Meghan in there.
All right, cool. All right, guys. So we're going to get into another refix of the situation. We're going to what have you watched, because aunties know best. This is where we talk about what we've watched. Again, please send us your suggestions, and we're going to discuss it through the lens of we knowing best, because we know best about everything.
What we've watched that was great,
and we can tell you there might be spoilers. Those guys, let's just
put it out there. We might not. If you haven't watched it, we'll try our best.
We'll try, but there might be spoilers.
But also, what we're going to kind of add in is that things that go on in these shows or films, themes of issues that we might discuss, because we know best, and might like, how would you resolve that? And that's part of the show. Guys.
I have one that I binged, Alice in Borderland.
I started it,
and I binged both seasons, and I think it's flipping phenomenal. If anybody likes Squid Games, I think you'll like this, because it's very similar vein.
Is it gory though?
Yeah, they're all gory.
I would say Squid Games is more, because they were shooting at the place in Squid Games. People, it's similar concepts. People die. Similar type of games that you're playing, but it's the underlining. Where are they? How did they get there? That's the extra layer.
Saw, or because you saw the people wake up in a situation. Is it that kind of situation?
Well, they end up in the world. They don't enter the game willingly, right?
They don't know how they. So it's set in Tokyo. That Tokyo life is going on in a blip. There's only a few people left in Tokyo, and Tokyo now is a game zone, and you're fighting for your life.
Wow.
So it's the thing of, is it aliens? Is it death? Is it somebody's imagination? You don't know. I have my theories on it, what I think. And I got to, after the first season, I was like, I know what's going on, and I won't spoil it, so watch it. And let's discuss the theories. But it's brilliant. It's really good. And the dubbing ain't so bad. they have that voice, you come over here.
Yeah. It's like, why in this day and age you can't find actors to really act properly?
All of the villains are black men as well.
No.
Their voices are deep black. Yeah, they're black voices. Mate. They're black. But again, I don't mind that, the dubbing of Asian stuff. I think it's quite funny.
Don't you just read the subtitles though? No,
I don't do that.
No,
I do if I'm not busy. But if I'm busy, but I forget about audio description. But it does annoy me, because I just don't understand why it has to sound like a bad B movie.
Hey, Takashi, come over here.
Why do you feel like this? I don't know. Well, we act. There's acting. There's actors. There's Oscars. There's award-winning actors. Why can we not get the chemistry right in the dialogue?
I don't know.
Anything you watched that you?
I watched a ton of stuff, but I'm trying to remember what it was. I watched Emily in Paris.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah.
I've only had one episode so far. I will catch up on that, because I love that. So you ain't watched any seasons?
I couldn't finish the first and started the second. Just thought, let me try it. And again, it's not for me.
You don't like the whimsical?
It's not whimsical.
I really enjoyed Emily in Paris. I'm actually saving this season. I want to spend time with. I love it.
It's actual nonsense, and it's not real, and it's probably offensive to the French. To be honest, let's be real.
Granted, I'll give it that.
It's just light-hearted, kind of nonsense.
Yeah,
just. Will they, won't they, little bits, that kind of thing. This American girl coming and solving these massive problems just on a whim. Because she's
Americans
so
love that tell, though, don't they?
They
can go to any country and be like, I know how you can sort out your business.
We'll just zhuzh it up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But I watched that. It's light. I enjoyed it. What else did I watch?
Was it the Madoff?
Yes.
I've been meaning to watch that.
Yeah. I watched that, and
how do you pronounce his name? Is it Madoff or Madoff?
I guess wherever you're from.
Madoff,
okay. I would say Madoff, but I think
it's
may
Madoff.
have it wrong.
But it was just so interesting. Basically, he had a legitimate business that was doing pretty well, and then he had this business on the side, which was kind of instigated by his father-in-law.
Yep.
So his father-in-law gave him these clients that these clients where he basically pulled their money and invested it, which is, if you're not registered as an investment bank or a hedge fund or something like that, I don't know all the terms, that's illegal anyway. Do you know what I mean? You should be registered.
Yeah.
But he didn't. But actually, he didn't pull the money.
Yeah.
He didn't actually pull them. Like he didn't invest the money.
Yeah.
He just held.
It was
on
on
to
two
the
fronts.
money. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So like I think the first time around when a recession hit, he lost it. So he asked his father-in-law for a loan and then paid it back. So the people assumed he had done a good job because they got all their money back and then some. So there he kind of just kept on going, and it built and built and built, and it built where it was I think it was more lucrative than his main company that was a legitimate what did they do? I can't remember exactly what they done. I think they done investment banking, right? Or something along those lines.
I think he had what was his business? It was a financial. Yeah, I think it was like an accounting firm.
Yeah.
And then he had this hedge fund thing, which he never invested anything. So he wasn't an investor.
Yeah.
But people thought he was investing. Because most people don't take out all their money.
Ponzi.
It's a Ponzi.
It's a Ponzi
It is a
scheme, like a
Ponzi
pyramid scheme, basically.
Yeah, so if you wanted your money, you had to go and ask somebody for the money to give you your money.
So keep on going. But it was just insane that he literally had, like there's the building that they worked in was the lipstick building, so the legitimate business was on, say, floor 19, and then the other business, which was just all crappy, was on floor 17. And he had like a whole staff of people to run this fraud, basically. And it was just, I just like, wow, like he literally deceived everybody, absolutely everyone around him. Did
you believe
question
his sons didn't know?
I did only because of the receptionist girl or his secretary.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
I didn't watch her. I didn't trust her for a minute.
No, I thought
why?
she
What
was
was it about her that you didn't trust?
I felt like she knew everything.
Which one are you talking about? Which one? Because he was
his personal.
Bernie made it was personal.
I was like, I feel like you knew everything.
Oh no!
And she was lying. There was something that reminded me of. A
personal receptionist. Could you not know everything? How could you not?
I mean, everybody close in the inner circle, including his wife, was like, I didn't know. We thought he was running a legitimate business, but I'm like, no, I don't believe it.
The wife I'm not too sure about, only because like they kept on honing in on this idea that she was meticulous with detail, so I don't know how
went out the window.
Do you know what I mean? Like it would have been like they kept on saying it. Do you know what I mean? So that was interesting, but the secretary, I don't know, I kind of believed her. Obviously it was tragic, right? One of the sons, when they found out, I think that's also why one of the sons committed suicide. Do you know what I mean? Like the dad had already taken the rap, but he committed suicide.
Because
do you know what I mean?
It's thousands of people. Basically you've lost your house, your livelihoods, like, you're now having to rebuild your life. The guilt. That's why I was like, I don't believe that they didn't know.
Really?
The family was like plagued with a lot of tragedy as well, and it's like there's too much going on here. Like,
people was like, I thought it seemed like a clean-up job at one point where it's like everyone
folks were dying.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like it was a lot, but it was very interesting. It also like just hones into the fact that you just can't trust banks, like you can't trust any, like seriously, it's all nonsense. Like people think, this is the guy. You just don't know what they do with the money. You don't know how you can believe them. The guy that actually put the case together, the SEC just didn't believe him. Do you know what I mean? Just ignored him again, like over years.
Because it was functional for everybody. That's the thing with banks, though. Banking, it's functional that they know that there's money laundering. Everybody knows
what's going on in
criminal elements. There's pyramid schemes. They all know, like how HSBC just takes money from all the cartels, and they'll get a little fine, but they're still running. They're still a banking. But your funds are coming from criminal activity, and that seems to be okay. Also, on top of that, if it really wasn't for that crash in 2008, he probably would still be doing
going.
This. And that's it just took one blip.
Which makes me think as well, I think it probably the regulators, people who work there, they probably knew.
They knew.
I think they knew because
it was functional, isn't it?
I think it works until someone makes a mistake that's too glaring to hide.
When you
and
don't
then you
have
become
the money.
the fall guy. That's all. Because these things happens. It happens all the time. It's like it's like inventing Anna. All those people that are in those circles, they just believe in that person, or they want to believe in that person because it works for the system. And until they break the rules or go take it too far,
they'll front it.
Yeah,
and I guess he was good. Definitely his father-in-law.
Yeah,
and they're all connected, isn't it?
What deal he had done that passed it on to the son-in-law. It's all dodgy, but that was a great one. It's a brilliant documentary.
Really,
as well.
really good.
I think I was on my to-do list and I didn't watch it.
Yeah, get round to that one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else I've watched. I've definitely been on a re-watch of things at the moment.
I've watched season 1, but I watched season 2 of Love Life. I think it's really good. It's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
I've watched season 2 as well.
No, not season 2.
I did season 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
so that was
season
focused
2.
on Anna Kendrick's character, but season 2 is a black series because it's the two black characters that lead it. Jessica Williams from Two Dope Queens and The Daily Show, and William Jackson Harper, who you know from The Good Place. He played Chide.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of those shows. But
You never watched The Good Place?
The Good Place is really good.
Oh my God, I love that.
I tried to get into it.
Oh, I love The Good Place.
It was great.
Oh, Sheila is shaking her head. No.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was
Watch
so
The Good
good.
Place.
It was so good. Anyway, I like The Good Place. Watch The Good Place. I just love Life. It just explores love in a real kind of honest way, I think, though it's televised and dramatised, but it's fun, and just the highs and lows of relationship, and ultimately it's two people that cross paths and how that path is never smooth to love, and it's like you meet each other, you might fall out, you get together, then something else comes in the way, and it's just that roller coaster of life and what it takes for two people to get together. It's like that soulmate thing. It's building on the soulmate and trying to make it real, so it's not like you meet your soulmate and that's it, but there's pit stops along the way, and I kind of like the idea because the initial thing of William Jackson's character, I think his name's Marcus, he was with a white woman, and then the way it's dealt with or talked about is quite honest, and it's quite, you know, sometimes they avoid that in shows.
Season
like,
two?
in season 2.
What
It's the latest season.
What went wrong in that relationship?
And it wasn't necessarily because she was white or anything, but it's just that Jessica Williams' character comes in and says, "Oh, with a white girl, okay," and it's just that natural acknowledgement that black people would do in a relationship or when meeting someone, that it's just not removed from the conversation as they do in a lot of shows. They don't let black people talk about it without it either being that's racist or something with an attitude. It was a natural. I just love that interaction and the way they dealt with those type of things. It's just good. I don't want to spoil it. It's a good show. I think you should watch it.
I will watch that one.
I kind of got bored with season 1. I'm not gonna lie. Like towards
I finished
the end,
season 1.
I finished it, but like I was just like,
What
this
was
is.
you?
I don't know. I just found her slightly annoying.
Yeah, she
was. Do you know what I mean?
She was.
So it's just like, I can't watch more of this.
I understand. And you might find, because it's a bit of a slow burner as well, season 2. But it was just it was a nice watch during Christmas. Time to watch it, chilled, and it was a nice conversation about love and relationships.
Okay. I like that.
All right.
Yeah.
That was that.
Okay.
Guys, I didn't have anything more that you watched, anything?
No, that was all I wanted people to watch and let us know. Get in contact.
Okay, so it's a new year, and as is tradition for New Year, we set our resolutions. Aunties, have you made any New Year resolutions?
I really haven't made a resolution, you know. So yeah, if you guys have something that is a resolution, I don't generally do resolutions. I do a word, and my word this year is breakthrough.
Okay,
that's my intention for everything. It's just to break through. But I don't really do resolutions.
I think I start making resolutions. I kind of think, this is what I want to do. So it's not like my New Year's resolution is. I've moved on from that. But I think similarly, I don't think I've defined it, but it's a word. It's like my intention. My intention this year is finances and business and finance, but it's finances because that's the thing that underpins my progression in everything when it comes to my business. So it's for me,
getting on top, learning, knowing what to do, all of that. Yeah.
Thing is financial literacy.
Yeah.
Rishi Sunak. So it's finances for me. That's my word.
He would appreciate that.
I think so.
Mine is, I actually posted this the other day. It's just focus. I think sometimes like I'm doing too much of many, many different things. And I really just need to hone in and focus on where my attention should go. Do you know what I mean? Just to make sure like I'm maximising and getting the most out of what I'm putting my efforts into. But like I generally do, I like resolutions. A lot of people don't like them, but I really like them. I think it's good, to kind of like set your intentions for the beginning of the year, even if you don't stick with them and stuff.
I think that's
agree.
why people don't like them, because like it's something to set yourself up to fail if you feel like you can't stick to them. But then you should set attainable goals and not try and be so lofty and not and go against yourself. It's like betting against yourself. If you know I'm going to be rich like a millionaire by tomorrow. No, let's like financial literacy, learning how to get there. I think set realistic goals that
definitely
don't make you feel like failure if you don't reach them.
Yeah.
Which also shouldn't be a cop out either.
But I was listening to this podcast with Stephen Bartlett.
Yep.
And did you listen to what about? She was talking about. Actually, I don't know if I'm confusing two, because I was listening to quite a lot actually recently. But there was one where she was talking about optimism and how it kind of like goes in a bit of a U shape, that you start off very optimistic and then you get as you get to middle age, where we guys are now, you get less and less optimistic. Then it goes up again as you're approaching 50 and stuff. But I think that was the same conversation that we're talking about goal setting, and that actually if you set goals, you're more likely to be happier and be more optimistic anyway, regardless of whether you achieve them or not. I think that's what she was saying. But that was my takeaway. That's what I heard.
I
just to have the strive, like especially if you're feeling stuck. You know, like not staying in that stuckness.
And also, comparison for people not saying anything. Basically. That was, I think
it's necessary.
It's not, I don't think it's like the dual of focus or unfocused. I think some people don't even know where to head towards, because they really are in a stuck place. But if you can even just be like, okay, I'm feeling really stuck, just to move your mind a little bit, I'm just going to stick to walking every day. That movement will bring in more ideas. Like you'll see different things. Sometimes it's that little thing, or I'm feeling stuck. Why don't I just do like flower arranging? But to move you out of feeling stuck.
When I was saying unfocused, it's like for me, because I'm a bit like I do so much. So actually bringing it in, what are the goals that are going to make sense that get you to the next step? That's where my kind of thing. So my unfocus is that I do too much as well, and do little bits and sharp bursts when I actually need to focus on certain goals. So setting goals like that makes sense. And I think people don't even understand what goals are. Sometimes they think it has to be big. And it's like, as you said, just take a walk. That's an achievable, that's a goal, and that's a very good goal.
To be like, I'm going to walk
that
every day. I'm going to walk once a week if you really don't go walking anywhere. Just to move you, get you moving.
But I think it's good to have like massive goals as well. Like,
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I just think like if you're ambitious, if you're an ambitious person and you do have
big goals,
like in general, then I think you need to. I think it serves you well to review those, and do you know what I mean, like set ones and make sure you're kind of in line or accommodate for how you've changed from the previous year. Definitely. I don't think you should necessarily do that just for New Year's. I think that should be quarterly, to be honest.
Or you build, innit? You go through a build up.
Exactly.
I think it's what I was saying, is that set goals according to who you are, because that's the part. Because if you're ambitious and saying, I'm going to go for a walk, no, you've done that. You even do miles. So it's like...
do you guys have fitness goals?
Yes.
You don't want to share your fitness goals?
No, my fitness goal is just to get back into the gym. I didn't go to the gym a lot last year because it was too busy. And... didn't go back in the gym because I was too busy last year, so I do want to get back into the gym and get more healthy in that respect, because I'm feeling my body stiffening up in this year of my old age.
I'm not really a gym person, so my thing is more about food. I know I lose weight when I eat well, so I just need to eat well. And fitness, I've done it in two parts. First of all is stretching, because I feel like I need to stretch. Latter part of the year, it's going to be strength. Once I get down to where I want to be, then I'm going to build muscle from there. That's my strategy for this year.
Okay.
Yours?
Similar. I think like nutrition is probably like my biggest downfall, to be honest, in terms of the goals that I want to achieve. And just being consistent. Really just making sure I'm doing something like a couple of times a week, and like especially when I get busy, I think that's probably my pain point really, is like I have so much work on, so that then gym and exercise, that's the first thing that goes like always. That time
just falls off in it. You're like, oh that can go.
Do you know what I mean? So
I just want to say, what you're leaving, what is a personal bad habit that you're left in 22? And mine, I'll start. I'm going to try to leave ice eating. boy, I'm going to
No
try.
ice.
That's not nice to laugh at my trying.
No ice eating.
Okay.
Trying not to eat ice.
Okay,
It's hard.
okay.
It's going to be hard. I'm going to try.
A thing to leave. Okay, I would say my biggest thing in 2022 anyway, as a focus point, was to work on not people pleasing.
Oh God, that's the second one.
So
Yeah.
I probably really did work on that a lot and spotting when I'm doing it and being like, I'm actually not being true to myself. Reform, sorry, didn't mean what I just said there. This is what I'm really feeling. That was a thing in 2022. So 2023, I just feel like it is more, I do more things independently.
Yeah.
That's probably a focus.
That's interesting. I never think of it like that, actually. I think I don't even know. It's a hard one, actually. I think though, and I'm not going to answer it in the same way, but I think I'm going to try more with people. Yeah. So I don't think I tried with anyone last year.
That's the way you said
You know what I mean? Yeah, basically. So I'm going to try more. I think I'm going to make an active effort with people in general.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Know best.
Okay.
Are we going to get into Aunties Know Best?
Well,
Can't you
Aunties
introduce
Know
him?
Best.
oh, do you want us to sing?
Do you want us to sing?
No.
Okay, fine, we won't then. Aunties Know Best. Let's go to some dilemmas. What have we seen out there? Anything on the social media streets or our favourite place, Dear Prudence, on
Let's go
Slate
with
magazine?
Dear Prudence.
Let's see. Okay, I love that. I love that.
It was her in the pictures.
Well, let's see.
But he photoshopped.
No.
What?
Wait.
Okay.
Let's get the backstory.
Alright,
Let's get the
into it. Let's
backstory.
get
I'm going
into
to try
it.
to summarise quickly.
wow.
I'm a man in his 50s, married to my second wife for 16 years. Our sex life has clearly diminished over the course of the years, with quick routine sex before sleep at best every 2 to 3 months or so. As a result, I have focused my sexual energy toward erotic fantasies about my wife. I envision her in all sorts of wild, taboo-less sex with strangers and friends alike. As I possess some pretty decent Photoshop skills, I have started to visualise these fantasies in very convincing fake pictures of a high quality, almost arty level, really bigging himself up. Anyway, I have kept these pictures for myself, occasionally masturbating to them, although I find the real thrill in making up and realising the erotic scenes. It's simply a non-harmful way to channel my sexual energy. Regrettably, my wife has run into the pictures and she is disgusted by them. Though I've ensured her that they're only for myself, and I have no desire to see any of these fantasies actually come true, which I think is a lie.
Yeah.
Am I really doing such a horrendous thing? I'm not the cheating kind. I would never leave my wife. And the only thing I can afford myself, just to keep my libido satisfied, is creating these erotic visuals. Should I give up my secret hobby?
No, you shouldn't. And I tell you for why.
Tell you for why.
I tell you for why. He's the pictures that he's making are of his wife. When he's wanking, it's about his wife. Now, it's not like it's some next chick or, you know, if the wife found pictures and it was of somebody else, then by all means, she's got a leg to stand on, yeah? Everybody knows when you've been with someone for a long period of time, there's peaks and there's troughs. They're going through a trough at the moment. So at the end of the day, I would much rather my man fantasize. If our sex life is not doing the most at the moment, yeah, I would rather he fantasize about me. I would rather he fulfills his needs about me than somebody else, because what you're doing is you're putting limits on what he should do for his sexual experience. I don't think that you should.
No. My issue is just that his satisfaction at my expense.
Yes.
No, I'm not here for that. If the woman is not happy with it, then it can't
But
run.
it's in his head.
No, but
he's making
pictures.
He's making pictures.
He's making
for him,
pictures.
but
So
for him.
yeah, but you're doing it about me. Had he had a conversation,
Let's explore
then
our sex life,
do you know
guys.
what I mean? It's like, actually, you know what, hun, this is what I want to do. Like, this is the reality of our situation. We're not really getting it in. I'm not thinking this is what's gonna make me happy. Are you okay with this? Then cool. Do you know what I mean? And then she's got a right to choose whether he can use her imagery in that way. Like, it's just
It's not selling the pictures.
I would,
Huh?
But he
doesn't
could
matter.
do, though.
It's still,
But I
it
would
doesn't
say-
matter.
You lot are going to worst case scenario.
No, not you lot. It doesn't. For me, it doesn't matter whether you're selling it or not.
Okay.
You need my consent to use my pictures in that way.
I would tweet
or
that,
my imagery.
All I would say is that there's two things. One, he didn't expand on what type of fantasy she stumbled upon. What if he's got her in situations that are like, what the? Because that could also trigger.
With
What
friends.
kind of fantasy are you looking at? You've got me bent over a cow on a farm, and that's your
Worst case
fantasy.
scenario.
So no, but I'm just saying that she came and she's disgusted by it. So he hasn't expanded on what those scenarios are.
Well, he did. He stipulated that
With
it would be
friends.
with other friends
And groups.
and groups and strangers. So that means that he's finding porn situations and he's superimposing her face
He's
on them.
writing stories and then he's
That's
making pictures.
crazy.
With the stories.
That's a lot. And
he's
also,
doing words and pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with my image.
and also
That's
because
mad.
I think the fact I
And
think
then
there's
he's wanking over them.
Oh,
it's
mate.
a lot, and I think also
No thanks.
I think it's that removal of the conversation. You've not had a conversation with me. You've made a decision that our sex life isn't great,
I
so
think she
I'm
knows.
going to sort it out
Yeah,
for
she would know
myself.
too.
I think she
And
knows.
no, but the point is,
2
it's not.
months.
If you're in a relationship, you're not having that conversation. Then
Yeah,
you
but
need
you-
to have.
but
But
yeah.
wait, but then, okay, can I just say something? You see what you just said about we don't know these things. We don't know if he's had that conversation.
He didn't say.
No, he
I'm
didn't.
going
He
by
didn't
based
mention
on-
that.
But we don't know
And the
if he's had
shock
the
of her
conversation.
finding it, she's shocked.
But he
And
said
that's
it.
why
She's
she's
shocked by the
thinking.
pictures.
But he said it's a secret. He said it's a secret.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
he
what
said.
I'm trying to say to you lot
So-
is we don't know if he has had previous conversations.
No, but based
with
on what
his
I assume
wife
he's
About-
About their
About
sex life. Yeah.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at
yeah.
pictures.
No,
It's
no,
like
no.
that's
I'm
it.
talking about the pictures.
I don't
say
think
that,
she was
'cause we
like
don't
she's
know.
not pissed at that. She's pissed that
No,
you're
no,
using my
I'm just
picture
Yeah.
and superimposing
I'm
it
just going
onto
by
your
what
fantasy.
Kay
Yeah.
said about
That's
Okay,
mad.
so
conversations first. We
Okay,
don't
so
know
my
what they've
point
had.
is to this anyway. Like, really effectively in a relationship, it's not like he's done anything wrong in doing this. He needed to present it to her. The wrongness was keeping it a secret that she stumbled upon it. He could have made it up, gone to her and be like, look at this.
That's
It tickles
what he
me.
should have done.
Look at my
No, he should have
it
asked
really
her
makes me
first.
No, but this
I
is
think
his
ask
this is his
first.
gratification.
Yeah, but so it's in your head. Yeah, so you're thinking about it. So if you're having the
Yeah, but
thought,
yeah.
have a conversation
No,
with me.
but I'm
Do you know what I
even
mean?
more like he can depict it. He can show her this.
Nah, man.
I
You've
love
already
doing
gone that
this.
step further.
I think
you just haven't got my consent. You haven't involved me in that process, but you want to use me for your sexual
My
gratification.
first thing is like seeing.
No,
I
can I
think
ask you
it's.
a question?
I think. Can I finish? Can I?
Sorry.
I think it's
I'm just
weird.
off Auntie Sade's
I
point.
think it's
Say that.
weird if my man automatically is like, guess what? I'm going to put your face on this sexual fantasy. I think that's strange in itself, and I do think I know we don't necessarily know, but part of me feels like in presenting this conversation, you would say, I've tried to speak to my wife about sex. Our sex is dry, blah blah blah. I think there's a removal of a conversation before you get to that point of creating these fantasy photos. Why haven't you talked about?
I feel like
No,
that's
I
an
don't think
assumption.
it's
You
that.
can't go
I don't
back
know.
to that.
Okay, even if it is an
But that's me,
assumption.
that's
You
me.
just said
Yeah,
that, wait,
yeah.
back to what you just said
Yeah.
about using her for his sexual gratification. Yeah. What about if he's just? What if you remove the pictures when he's wanking and he's having these?
You have no
fantasies?
control over that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
As
what
a
I wanted to
person,
get
you
to.
have
Yeah.
no control.
Yeah,
But once
you
you're
can't
putting
do that.
something into the
And
reality,
making a thing about
do you know
it.
what I mean? No.
I think it's weird.
Talk to me, bruv.
I think what
Talk
Auntie
to
Nana said.
I think it's
I,
weird.
I feel like he could make his first
with
one
you.
and show it to her, and then it's a discussion.
Because you've already crossed the
weird.
line. You've
It's
already
weird.
crossed the line.
Yeah, 'cause he's
if
showing,
I
this
don't
is what I like.
it, you've already crossed the line. You could eliminate that by us having a conversation, and you can gauge my response to what it's going to be. Like, do you know what I mean? So I could be like, yeah, that's cool, bro. Or no, that's not cool, bro.
I think that's a part
Do you know
of,
what I mean?
of a
That's
relationship,
choice.
though, because realistically, having sex with somebody, it's the two people, but how they are getting off with the sex that you're having, you have no control over that.
But you have to have
and so I think they're in a relationship, so it's, I like your body, this gets me off in some way, and then she can get to the point of, I understand you like this, actually it doesn't harm me as long as it stays here. I think it's the shock of finding it.
I think it's
Yes,
the shock.
Is
have
like,
the
what the hell is that?
conversation.
I
Yeah.
agree with Auntie
Do you know
Nana.
what I mean?
You can make it and show it, and she may have been like, "Oh
No,
my
you
god!"
can't
that's-
make it and
but
show
you
it.
can't do all of the scenarios under the sun because there could have been some barn stuff. Who knows? There could be something
No,
under the
no,
towel.
not even that.
That's
But I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying.
I don't think that matters. I don't think it matters what the scenario is.
I think it
Just
does.
talk to me.
I just think it's strange from the jump. From the jump. What is what's going on here? Talk to me about this, whatever. Okay, do we have time for another one?
Yes, man.
Okay, let's see. I just find this headline funny. Help, my husband has discovered self-help books. Now everybody's toxic. Too much
That's actually really real.
It's too much information. So what happens when someone has discovered self-help, has self-helped themselves to the point where everything is a problem, everything is a situation,
That's like
everything.
when sometimes people get saved and they want to.
Yes.
You know, like
They
if you suddenly become an expert at anything, you want everyone to know that you're the expert and you spot it everywhere. And that's your thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
have any of you met somebody that's done like the Landmark Forum?
No, not yet. If I have, then I don't know that.
So excuse me for the people who don't know.
Yeah.
Landmark Forum is like a self-help course that people go on, and there's like levels to it. It's a cult.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Some people say it's a cult.
Yeah.
Or cultish.
Oh, it has cult-like tendencies.
So, like, when you go in on a normal, it has very similar things to indoctrinating people. You go for 3 days, you're there for 12 hours, and they really pump you full of certain terms, like, it's not even people are toxic. It's people make up stories, and they're racketeering. And most people who have done it, they come out and for maybe a year or two.
That's all.
My story that I'm telling myself today is, or the story that you told me is, or I was running a racket with, I was fronting on this. They have these language. And if you know anyone that's done that, you'll know they've gone through that, and they try and recruit people. That's the whole point. I do Landmark. I got to try and get you free to do Landmark as well, so that we can start talking about our stories and how we're running rackets.
Anyway.
Yeah, get this. But I think sometimes,
Yes, go on.
Everyone's toxic.
Oh, Lord.
No, you're just opening your eyes, and now you've got the language to describe what people are actually doing.
I think it's interesting because the whole thing, like men, there was a moment where men were judging women for doing self-help and really getting in touch with themselves. So when a man finds those reasons, like, oh yes, now everything's toxic, now I see all the flaws. It's that kind of too known that men can do when they learn something.
I really I don't know how this is going to go down. But young people and anxiety, this is what I find this.
I can't even lie.
I'm saying because I know what you mean.
I'm not saying I'm trying to be mindful. You have to
like
be, yes, you have to.
I know
but
what
not everyone.
Not everyone.
Not everybody can be suffering from anxiety.
That's the point.
That's why
I think that's the real conversation that we need, because you know what?
I know what you mean.
There's a lot of conversations we can't have, and it starts to, the minute you start talking like that, you sound far right and very unliberal. But it's like we can't have these conversations now.
I place myself as not liberal anyway.
But you know what I mean, like unfair or whatever, not a balanced view.
Just in the nature of all the natures, not everybody.
It's facts.
Not everybody, the way my anxiety set.
It's not that. It's not anxiety. It's just life. Because you know what it is? I love the fact that we've got more words to communicate our stresses.
Exactly. Yes.
I think that's a brilliant evolution where we can define.
Maybe
and
we need more.
That's what we need more than anxiety, and I can't do this.
No, but then we get into the loads of labels, and I can't keep I can't keep
There's a conversation that we had was like,
and being triggered. And
triggered is I think trigger's my trigger. I'm triggered. But I get it.
And I want to be like I get it, but sometimes I am like,
are you?
There's a tinge of laziness. There's a tinge of laziness.
It was what it was. Because I can feel myself, like when someone says it to me, I can feel myself saying,
yeah.
But then I have to take it back and be like, okay, well, maybe they. So,
there are.
Did you see what 50 Cent said recently about depression's a privilege?
Oh. Did he say it?
He did.
You know what? I think I know what he means. Though.
Like, say it.
If you're living in a ghetto,
I know. My lips are quivering like.
But it's a bit like
I can.
It's a get out clause.
Like
isn't it?
I think it's like in the Western world, it's very real, but in other parts of the world, it's
not there.
It's not.
Honestly,
it's not an option.
It's not
even like an option.
Imagine us going, all of us going home.
I go back home
and talk about
and talk about depression. They're gonna say, "Hey, what the hell?"
Depression where?
Have you not seen that meme? Oh my god! We need to put insert here. There's a meme here. There's a Trinidadian girl, and she's like a Trinidadian American, and she has a whole skit about when she goes to her mum. She tells her mum that she's depressed.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Depressed what? Depressed what?
Yeah.
If I tell my mother I am depressed.
Yeah.
Like, you like need to watch it.
But that's facts.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can't- But then, so there's that barrier between, like I said, it's great that we've got the language, we've got things to express
Yeah.
ourselves, but take that to any old school, especially old school
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caribbean African parent, like, excuse me, go and depress those books.
I mean,
Yeah. But we
It's a-
need to
But I
talk
get
about
it.
this another
We need more time to
we need
explore
more
this,
time.
so that we don't
But
get in trouble. We're not being dismissive
No,
or
not at all.
insensitive.
And to go
But
into
there's
the
a
science of
reality.
it.
Yeah.
I
There's
think
a reality.
It's fair to say that we've all had anxiety.
Yeah.
We've all been depressed. We're not saying that we don't believe
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's just the terminology and how often it's used.
And how
Yeah.
and how it can be weaponized
Yes.
Yes.
against doing
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
That is the key. About doing
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes there's a tinge of like
Go and do your work.
laziness
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and the person will say,
Let's get
"I'm,"
into this later.
Later.
I'm depressed.
and then you can't say anything.
We've got limited time. We are now using our hands to
know.
express
Everything is-
how to not. Yeah, so there's not telling us an R&B video.
Oh my god! I wish I had this
We're not
language
going
when I
to
was
get
younger.
cancelled. We can't get cancelled because we
But
said that
we're
we have
actually
suffered.
trying
We have suffered.
No, we
to
might. We might. I'm not gonna lie. We might get
No, we
cancelled. We might.
understand.
No, no.
Well, you know what? It's us versus the kids.
They don't
Come
want
at
to
me,
hear
bro.
us. They don't
Come
want
at
to
me,
hear
bro.
it.
I know.
Let's discuss it.
We're actually
Let's
triggering
discuss it.
anxiety right now.
Yeah.
The fact that I can't speak about it freely, I'm getting triggered.
Let's
I'm
discuss
triggered
this.
because we can't discuss it properly.
What do the people then think?
Fuck's sake.
But sometimes I'm like, can you hear yourself?
Because
Honestly.
you know what it is, yeah? Like, when certain people talk to me, I know we got to stop, but when certain people talk to me, I'm like, do you know that I left home at 17? Do
Right!
you know that, I had no money? Do you know that I was homeless? Do you know?
Do you know my dad
Do
left?
you
My
know?
dad left home too, you know.
Do you know what I mean?
My dad was where?
Right. Okay, and on that note,
Yeah.
everyone's issue is their issue.
But we hear you.
No, yeah, no, we hear you.
We're here
And
for
we
you as
understand.
aunties. But you know, as aunties,
because
tough
it's
love,
true.
bruv, innit?
No,
Tough love,
what Auntie
bruv.
Nana said is true, because you know, like, your problems are bigger
not-
than
I don't-
anybody else's
yeah, it's
problems.
true.
No,
So I
it's
get it.
in succession. We're here for
We hear
you.
you. We hear you.
I told you we're doing a routine. 5, 6, 7,
We
8.
love you.
We're
We
here
hear
for you.
Love.
Yeah. Okay.
That was your aunties could never. Aunties know best. We do.
No, we do love you.
We actually
ladies.
do.
do love
We
you.
love,
We
we
do.
love
We
you.
do.
And we're
All right.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
here for you. I love that. I think we're just perfect.
Let's just discuss it further.
Okay, but
We can use other terms.
we're obviously not serious. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Thank you. That's it. We're done.
Are we done? Bye. Bye, guys.
That was